What's up, everyone? Let's do just a quick update. It's only been 3 days, but I've already applied my second application of fertilizer, of my fertilizer, the Snappy Steroid, and they look completely fine. So yeah, so everything was as expected. Here's some of the Venus flytraps. They look fine. We still need more testing in the long run, though. Here's the Korean Melody Shark look-alike. That's what me and Matt are calling it right now because it very much looks like Korean Melody Shark. So we are, I guess, reviewing it to see if it's any different. It is arcing a lot, but that's because of the fertilizer. If we come around, the effects fertilizer has on fly traps is it makes them very, very arc. Even Korean Melody Shark, you can see it's arcing. Korean Melody Shark is not known to arc or has never been seen arcing before. So that's pretty awesome. Here's some more fly traps. Arcing. Everything has an arc. The babies. And the babies, I spray the full concentration. When you buy it from me, though, I will recommend a smaller or a weaker concentration of 1 teaspoon per gallon for the babies. But personally, I spray the full strength 3 teaspoons per gallon. So yeah, obviously this was from my other fertilizer that I was using, but I'm just here to show like they're still alive even after 2 applications of my fertilizer. So it's just an update. But everything is arcing because fertilizer use. You can't use fertilizer. So what fertilizers can you use? Well, anything that is 100% water soluble and meant for foliar application, and fertilizer that has more ammonium than nitrate, because these plants do not like nitrate. You can give it nitrate, but it's only going to absorb maybe 10%, 9 to 10% of nitrate. The rest is ammonium. And so what fertilizers have ammonium? Anything that has ammonical nitrogen or urea nitrogen. So if you look on the bottle, let me see, like this fertilizer here, for example, this is for my other plants. Right here, it says nitrate nitrogen and ammonical nitrogen. What you want is more ammonical nitrogen and urea nitrogen. Nitrate nitrogen is not what you want. It's kind of hard to see. But this one is mostly nitrate because my tropical plants like colocasia and leucocasia, they like nitrates. They hate ammonical nitrogen or ammonium. But carnivorous plants, they love ammonium. So you want to get something that is completely water soluble, meant for foliar applications, and has mostly ammonical or urea nitrogen. You can get away with just pure ammonical nitrogen as well, and only spray the leaves. If you want to feed the roots of the fly traps, you can, but it has to be a low concentration. They do have a very high affinity of nitrogen absorption through their roots. In their natural habitat, they experience not forest fires, but I guess it would be a forest fire. They experience fires, I'm not sure how many times a year, or maybe just yearly. But after the fires, there's ash buildup all across the lands. And they get the ammonium from that ash. Once it breaks down into ammonium, they absorb that quickly to use to boost their growth the following, I guess, spring or the following growth season. So they do have a high affinity of nitrogen uptake through their roots. My theory is that they prefer ammonium nitrogen to get a head start from the other plants, the other competitors around them, because the other plants prefer nitrate. So yeah, these plants love ammonium. And ammonium is, of course, NH4 nitrogen. And urea is directly absorbed into the leaves. And then every plant has urease enzymes inside of them that transform urea into ammonium nitrogen that they can use. And with that in mind, I have a blend that I want to try sometime soon where it includes nickel, because nickel is a heavy metal that is required for urease activity. However, it is required in very, very, very low amounts. So in my fertilizer blend, if I plan on putting nickel in, it would be like 0.002% nickel, or like 9 grams for 20 pounds of fertilizer, or not 9 grams, 1 gram per 20 pounds of fertilizer, or something like that. I think it was 10 pounds, but close to there, 12 pounds. Anyways, just 0.002%. I did all the math, it's in my notes. But yeah, I'm gonna plan on doing that and test on my own plants. Maybe I'll send it to a friend so he can also test. But nickel is supposed to increase urease activity because urease enzymes require a nickel, what was it, like I forget exactly what it's called, but they require nickel, like a hydrogen atom or something like that in the nickel or whatever, and they use it to then convert the urea into ammonium. It's just a lot of confusing stuff. But I did the research. But yeah, everything is fine. So the fertilizer that I was using before was Fertilome 2020. I can pop up a picture now. Fertilome 2020. It has mostly urea nitrogen, but then also ammoniacal nitrogen. There's 0 nitrate. And it also doesn't have all the other minerals that most fertilizers have, which is a plus, I believe, personally, because I do not want to build up minerals into the soil. I just want the NPK values only. There is chlorine, and I haven't noticed anything wrong with these plants due to the chlorine. Chlorine is supposed to elongate cells, though, so maybe the cells on these plants are a little bit elongated, but other than that, it's fine. But yeah, you can pretty much use any water-soluble foliar application fertilizer. With the Fertilome, it recommends 1 tablespoon per gallon, which is 3 teaspoons per gallon every 7 days. I was spraying Fertilome 3 teaspoons per gallon, which is 1 tablespoon every 3 days. So I was spraying more than what the Fertilome bottle was recommending me, and these plants still took it like nothing. So they're still fine. I've been doing it for like under 2 years with Fertilome, and they're fine. Again, a lot of them look bad because they did suffer through a freeze, and it set them back a lot. But as you can see, the new growth on this thing is exploding, and it looks awesome. All the arcs on them. So fertilizer is a good way to improve the look and structure of your plants. Here's some typicals that are starting to wake up. Even these have arcs. These had never had arcs before. And of course I showed you the Korean Melody Shark. And I also fertilized my cephalotus with it. A lot of them look bad because of the freeze. But you guys seen my tower before in previous videos. That's whenever I was fertilizing it a lot. And it growed really, really fast. But I started over because I want this to be only Agnes. And then here we have a lot of babies that I'm also fertilizing. And already you can see some arcing. So the new growth is arcing. Let's try to get better views. Over here. So yeah, it's a good way to change the structure of your fly traps for the better, I think. But yeah, just a quick little rant. So you can use any foliar fertilizer, as long as it doesn't have nitrate and too many minerals. You want, if it has minerals, you want to stay away from calcium for fly traps, and then try to stay like 0.01 to 0.1% of all the other macronutrients like magnesium and copper or whatever, sulfur, sulfate. They can take sulfur. My fertilizer, the Snappy Steroid, has 7% sulfate, which is okay for these plants. They already grow in acidic soils anyways, so they can handle it. And plus, I added the sulfate to bring the acidity of my mix down so the urea lasts longer. So yeah. And they can absorb nitrogen through their roots. They have a high affinity for that in the wild because they do absorb it from the ash. But yeah, if you're gonna feed the roots, I'd recommend like 1/4 teaspoon though. So, because I've never tested the roots, but I know they can take nitrogen through the roots based on the studies that I've read. But anyways, that's enough ranting. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're gonna stay spraying my fertilizer on these guys, and yeah, hopefully just stay tuned. Thanks for watching.